This week we look at the big Q, the Infiniti Q45. Now Infiniti is Nissan's upscale marketing division. In the early commercials you never got to see the car. On this week's test drive you're going to get a good close look.
That was Graham in 1991 with the Infiniti Q45, a car he actually liked so much he almost bought one, and that didn't happen very often for Mr. Fletcher. But despite producing some great vehicles for Nissan's young luxury division, Infiniti has not been on many shopping lists and maybe more disappointing for them, not part of the conversation. Well, this week we're in Prince Edward County outside of Belleville, Ontario to check out a vehicle that Infiniti hopes will attract new customers into its showroom. It's currently the best-selling vehicle for Infiniti, and this launch is being billed as the biggest global launch ever for Infiniti. Wow, talk about pressure. Oh, by the way, the vehicle, the QX60.
And it's such a great product that we're very proud of it, and we're not ashamed to call it our biggest launch ever. The vehicle fits a segment that sells majority of our mix, so we needed something very new and something very refreshing to fill the previous gen, and this vehicle does it in every single way, be it from design to the equipment it has in it, the technology, the refinement. It's just a great vehicle to introduce at this time.
It's your best seller already. Are you reinventing the wheel, or does success breed success? Or?
It's kind of like reinventing the wheel almost, because as you guys will experience, it's a big departure from where the previous vehicle was. Newer all-wheel drive system, 9-speed automatic transmission. The features that it has on the inside, Infiniti first introduced in this particular vehicle. There will be other models coming which will take what we have now in this car and bring them into the future.
The continuously variable transmission, better known as the CVT, has been around for a long time. It's good for fuel economy, and many car companies have adopted it. However, it's not everybody's cup of tea. But with the QX60, Infiniti believes one of the big selling points of this new vehicle will be the fact that they have dumped the CVT and they've added a 9-speed automatic.
This vehicle, we wanted to reimagine what it could do. So the 9-speed automatic transmission is now coupled with the new all-wheel drive system. It would have been not impossible, it would have been a challenge to do with the CVT, plus the engine and the engine retuning, plus the increased tow capacity. So all of those things kind of made sense for us to switch from the CVT to improve the usability and capability of this vehicle, right? Especially in the driving sense. The 9-speed auto allows you to accelerate a little bit quicker. It's more drivable, and it allows for better fuel economy, and it's just a better package for the new car that we're introducing right now. So it's a 295 horsepower engine, so it's the current engine that's in the current gen, but it has been retuned to work specifically with a 9-speed auto. So we get better fuel economy, we get better torque response, and coupled with the all-wheel drive system, it's better overall drivability, even though the engine output is exactly the same.
One of the big challenges of having a third-row SUV is getting in and out from the third row. In the QX60, it's simply a matter of pushing a button, and if you happen to be unlucky enough to be in the third row, you also have a button to get out.
Not every person needs a 7 or 6-seater, but if you have that option for people to actually travel in comfort, why not? The vehicle isn't a massive Escalade, for example. It's not a massive SUV. It's still reasonably sized. It's a perfect city vehicle. But if you can have six or 7 people sitting in comfort, it's perfect.
Inside the QX60 is exactly what you should expect from a luxury vehicle. Premium all the way. And the zero-gravity seats, always my back's best friend, are also heated as well as the steering wheel. Same engine, but the cabin noise is much, much more subdued. And you have all the passive and active safety features as well as 14 cup holders. My only pet peeve might be the fact that you can only get the captain chairs, which would be my choice, in the top-of-the-line autograph trim. One surprise and a big help in urban driving, the QX60 turning radius is exceptional. You're going to hate me for asking this question, but are these luxury three-row vehicles starting to look more like minivans?
Well, we don't have the sliding doors, and I talked to you about this. The utility is not quite there. But I think what changes them or makes them different from minivans is definitely the styling. You can't have a minivan which has a bold presence on the road. It still looks like a minivan. The essence of a minivan is utility. right? That's what you're concerned with. That's overpowering everything else that you could possibly do to it. It's a different element. The new vehicle, it's an amazing value and an amazing proposition for anyone looking for an SUV. Honestly, if you go to the dealerships and kind of compare what the vehicles have, standard leather, 20-inch wheels, heated everything for the Canadian climate, unique elements, TFT meter cluster, everything that you could possibly think of in terms of technology and how you connect to a vehicle when you're driving, the ease of operation, everything's in this car. So I highly recommend that people do actually put Infiniti on their radar when they're looking for a new vehicle.
So bottom line in the QX60, Infiniti has taken the best-selling vehicle and made it better. And believe me, dumping the CVT for the 9-speed automatic played a big part. And of course, they're hoping now to see more QX60s in parking lots. And Infiniti has made sure you'll recognize it as an Infiniti because the badge is everywhere to be seen. So yes, if you're in the market for a luxury 3-row SUV, it might be time to put an Infiniti on your shopping list. But before we go, I have a challenge for you. If you've got the cash for a QX60, take the family out for a test drive and then hop into a fully loaded minivan and then take a family vote. You might be surprised there could be a few votes for that minivan with the sliding doors. No matter what you choose, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. That's it for now. We'll see you next time out as we continue to bring you more stories about cars and the people who drive them.
If you consider Motoring TV's been on the air for 30 plus years, there's no doubt you've missed a few episodes. Well, there's a couple of ways you can catch up and make sure you don't miss anything. First, you can go to YouTube and look up just segments or complete shows. Also, if you want to know what we're doing, like today on a daily basis, just go to our Facebook page. And also, you can go to motoringtvshop.com, get some cool swag. Oh, there's also that Instagram thing.